hello and welcome to Chasing the Dollar, brought to you by TAB Sportsbet. Ben Damon is my name. We're joined by, well, a familiar voice this week through Sky Racing, Luke Marlow, an outstanding young race caller. Luke, thanks for joining us on the show. Tell us a little bit about your role and your interest in greyhound racing.
Yeah, thanks, Benny. It's a pleasure to be here, and Timmy certainly put the pressure on us the last couple of weeks. He's been on fire on the tip, so let's hope we can find a few winners for the followers. But yes, I've been with Sky for about 8 months now, Benny. I moved originally from Rockhampton, but I grew up the early part of my life in a place called Thangool, which I'm sure not many people out there know where Thangool is. It's a town of 400 in country Queensland. But my interest in racing comes from my father, who is a racehorse trainer. But when I was growing up in Rockhampton, I used to attend the track regularly, which included going to the greyhounds there in Rocky. And obviously my interest has just grown since I started calling the dogs as well. I race 4 of my own, and certainly have a real love for greyhound racing. Let's hope I've got a bit of a knack with the tip as well. All right, well, we're about to find out. We're also about to call in on Matt Jenkins from TAB Sportsbet. Matt, what's happening?
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, well, all eyes will be on Cannington on Saturday night. We've got the WA Oaks, the $60,000 final. Interesting race too. We've got the New South Wales dog there, represented with Lagoon Luana. She won a heat too in pretty stylish fashion off the box 1. Got box 3 in the final as well. Detronium is the early favourite there, and a pretty good market as well. Good news too that we've extended our fixed odds coverage as well to include Maitland Twilight on a Thursday, and of course on a Saturday, including the Gardens meeting there as well. So a stack happening, all the markets at tab.com.au.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt. Now we get into the first leg of the quaddie. This is race number 5, and it is the Richmond to Wenty final. Now we've got Vintage Blend getting around here. Luke, has been a little bit hard to catch of late. Where are you going in this race?
Well, we saw these heats at Richmond last week, Benny, and Vintage Blend, look, in my opinion, she's got as much ability as any greyhound in the country, but she's got to put her best foot forward here. It's been well documented. She did have that little bit of an issue in the Sandown Cup, and unfortunately she went amiss again last time out at Richmond. If she puts her best foot forward, she'll win this race. But I'm going to go with Regal Gate from the inside alley. He's a very strong dog. The half mile will suit him down to the ground. He's now in the care of Harry Sarkis. He's only had a couple of runs for Harry, and I think he's ready to peak now, having had those couple of hit-outs under his belt. He was very good in his heat at Richmond behind Yarramundi Star. He was just nabbed in the shadows of the post. He'll be fitter here, and I just think he'll get the gun run behind the speed from box 1. Expect Irish Marina to be rolling forward. I'm tipping Vintage Blend 4 seconds simply because she is such a good greyhound. If she fires, she will win the race. Irish Marina's got pace. She stays all day. I think she'll be on the bunny in the early stages, and she'll take a stack of stitching out in front. Next best is Switch Up. He's a very good dog in his own right, but I just pot him today because of the draw.
That takes us to race number 6. This is the second leg of the quaddie. Now, Luke, Bye Bye Bucks has been pretty good to us in recent times. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I'm jumping on the bandwagon here, Benny. He's an outstanding greyhound, Bye Bye Bucks. He just flies around Wentworth Park. His record here is phenomenal. Last time out in the Peter Mossman Classic, I think he was pretty stiff. He got dragged down on the first turn and had to pick himself up. The form's been frank since. Proven Matty just beat him by a nose into second spot. He won at Bulli on Monday night, so there's a good form line there. He's drawn the rails alley. He's a reliable beginner. I think he'll take a stack of beating in race 6. You could even stand him one out. I'm that keen on him in the quaddie. Next best is Thrilling Fonz. I think he'll get the right run behind the speed here. He's not a very quick beginner, but he's got a lot of strength. Midnight Capers has been freshened up since her most recent run. She finished down the track last time out, but her form before that was just outstanding. She strung about 4 or 5 wins together. Throw in Crazy Fraz for the 4th money.
Race number 7, this is a 4th grader, and Entrust was one that we did like last week. It went around and won. Amadeus Strikes is in this race as well. Was a little disappointing and cost us the quaddie last week. In fact, Luke, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, for sure. I think they're the 2 here, Benny. Amadeus Strikes just missed the kick a little bit last week, which proved very costly for her. I'm going with Entrust. She's an outstanding race bitch for Frank Hurst. She's won 17 from 32. She's got a good record here at Wentworth Park. Last time out, she struck career best figures, clocking 29.95 to win. She's a brilliant beginner. I think she'll be on the bunny and take a stack of stitching in race 7. Curly Trick I'm throwing in for the second money. He can be a little bit hit and miss at box rise, but he's got a big motor and high speed once he gets rolling into stride. He'll be better for his first run at Wentworth Park last time out. Total Terror's got box 1 here. He's a very strong greyhound. He could just butter up behind the speed at the first turn and be running on hard late. I'm just potting Amadeus Strikes because of the box draw. She's a very good bitch and she could easily win the race, but I'm just a little bit wary of the before Ali, but she's right in it up to her ears.
That takes us to the final leg of the quaddie. Now, Chasing to Cash goes around here. We're still waiting for our own greyhound, Chasing the Dollar. We are promised by Greyhound Racing New South Wales it is on its way. We'll just have to wait and see, Luke. What do you like in this last race?
Yeah, I might have to talk to Wheeler about getting a Marlow bail going around. What do you think about that?
That'd be pretty handy as well.
Okay, yeah, look, this is the toughest race of the night. I think this is very hard. Mandadgery Miss, look, she was very, very good to the line last week, running second, 2 in trust. She really powered home. She hadn't raced at Wentworth Park for a while. She'll be a lot better for the look around the track last week. She can be a little bit touchy at the getaway, but if she gets out cleanly, I think she's the one to beat. Brighton Bullet is a former Tasmanian dog. He's now with Christine Proctor here in New South Wales. He won at Wentworth Park in 30 and 37 last time out. If he gets it right at box rise, he's in the race as well. Cool Icon's got really good burn. He's a lid pinger. He's got box 1 here. He'll be in front and rolling along. He's just a little bit weak at the end. And Chasing to Cash, I'll throw in for you, Benny, for 4th pick.
Okay, well, we have been keeping track of the best bets in recent times, and he's been absolutely on fire, Tim Newbold. Just missed one last week, but the tally continues to build. Luke, the pressure is on you this week. What do you like?
I'm carrying the weight of a nation on my shoulders here, Benny, but look, Timmy has been on fire. Let's hope we can go the right way. I think it is a tough program, but I've made Proven Daisy the best in race number 2. She's trained by Andy Lord. I've always had a lot of time for this bitch. She's won 3 straight, and I think she can continue on a winning way. Race 2, number 3, Proven Daisy.
And what about something at a bit of value for us?
Look, I don't think this is going to be an outstanding price in the first, Light Fantastic, but I think she's a real stayer on the rise, and I think you should jump on the bandwagon now because she'll be going around at shorter prices later in her career because I think she'll be winning plenty of races. I made her the best value, race 1, number 4. She's got a big staying motor. She was outstanding first up at the half mile. And I tell you what, Benny, you'd know too, not a lot of dogs do that, win at the half mile first up. It was a big effort at Richmond there the other day. I think I'll make her the best value, race 1, number 4, Light Fantastic.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on both of those for Luke Marlow. Thank you very much. Let's get back to Matt Jenkins from TAB Sportsbet. Take us through everything that's happening, Matt.
Yeah, we're racing at Rosehill on the weekend. New South Wales customers guaranteed $500,000 on the quaddie. So some good news there. Stack of sport happening right around the globe as well. The Tour de France starts on Sunday. Cadell Evans, of course, trying to defend his crown. He's the second favourite at $2.75. His main danger there. Bradley Wiggins, he's the $2.10 favourite. Euro rolls on. We've got the big guns still in, of course, Spain and Germany. They were favourites from the outset that final Monday morning. Looking forward to that one. Wimbledon keeps rolling on. Tomic destroyed a couple of rackets in his first round loss. Big game in the AFL on Friday night. Money for the Blues to beat the Hawks. Of course, the Hawks, they are the premiership favourites. $1.30 and $3.45 about the Blues. Of course, no stars in the NRL, or no Origin stars in the NRL games this weekend. And money for Cronulla. Of course, they're missing Todd Carney and Paul Gallen to beat Brisbane on Friday night. And money keeps rolling in for Queensland to win the decider there up at Suncorp. They're $1.55, $2.45 about the Blues. So there's a stack happening. All those markets, tab.com.au. Call us on 133 390 or visit your local TAB.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now, that is the end of Chasing the Dollar for this week. Luke Marlow, thank you very much for coming along, mate. An absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Where can we hear you next on Sky Racing?
I'll be at Richmond on Saturday night, Benny, calling all the action there. But don't worry, I'll be keenly tuned into Wentworth Park to hopefully watch a few of the tips get home. I'm sure we found a few winners there for the followers. Let's just hope we get the right luck and find a few get home for us.
Yep, we most certainly hope so. We'll see you next time on Chasing the Dollar.